BBC Lincolnshire.
Now, when you think of Christmas, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? If you're like me, it's probably turkey, mince pies, lots of chocolate. And imagine, though, if those things were off the menu. Well, let's find out how my next guest copes with Christmas. Linda Wardale is a vegan, so what does she have for Christmas? Linda, good morning to you.
Good morning.
What do you have for Christmas, then?
I have all sorts of things. Everything you do, but without the meat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But as a vegan, are you a vegan?
Yes, I am a vegan,
What does being a vegan mean you can't have as well?
No animal products, no dairy products.
None of those at all?
No.
So does that mean chocolate's off the agenda?
No, we can have chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have milk in it. But you can get milk, vegan chocolate that has soya milk.
Oh, right. So there are the alternatives you can go for there. I'm thinking of the mince pies, which would have pastries and those sorts of things in. You're okay with that sort of thing?
We can have pastry, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even buy pastry, mince pies, you can buy them, but you have to check to see whether it's got animal products. You can get vegetarian minced fat, suet to put in the mince pies. So.
You've brought me in a huge list of things here, because you were saying, what can't I have to eat? Because it is a really big list, and this is all Christmassy things.
Yeah, that's on the Viva website, Vegetarian International Voice for Animals. They've got some absolutely amazing recipes.
I'm pleased to see that you're able to have sprouts.
Yes.
No problems with there.
No problem.
So we can all be sitting down and tucking into our sprouts on Christmas Day, can't we? Tell us a bit about the organisation, your particular organisation, because you've organised an event that's taking place this weekend. This is the East Midlands Caring Christmas Campaign. Where did this come from?
Out of my head 4 weeks ago. I woke up one morning and I thought, why don't we do something for animals? And the idea was there. Within 6 days we'd got the venue and we've got the arts and crafts stores coming along they're literally climbing over each other to come along to it.
It would normally take months, wouldn't it, to organise an event? You've done this in a matter of weeks then?
Yeah, 4 weeks from the conception of the idea to the day. Yeah.
And who did you contact to actually get involved with this? What sort of people did you want involved with the event?
Well, we wanted it to be sort of a Christmas theme, so obviously we've got stalls that are coming along that are selling sort of ideas for Christmas gifts and things, and we're going to have a cake stall, and we're going to be selling specialist teas. We've got companies that have donated some things, so we're going to be... literally everything we're producing is going to go for profit. The profit is going to go to the charities.
And you're supporting several charities?
Yes, we've chosen 5 charities in Lincolnshire for this event.
Yeah, well done with that. Let's talk a bit about yourself and the whole family, because I think the whole family are vegans now, aren't they?
Yes.
How did it start? How did it come about?
Well, I suppose we were mostly vegetarian. We gradually decided that we didn't enjoy meat. It wasn't tasting the same, and if it's not tasting good, then why bother eating it? And there's lots of alternatives that are delicious in the vegetarian area. My son was the first one to go fully vegan, and he was the biggest meat eater out.
How old would he have been at the time?
He went vegan 4 years ago, so he'd have been about 21.
Right.
He's a musician, and he's influenced by a number of musicians who are either vegetarian or vegan, such as Paul McCartney. And then he influenced my daughter, and then 2 years ago I went vegan, and a year ago my husband went vegan on health grounds. So, yeah, we're all vegans now.
But up until that point you'd all been fairly vegetarian, had you?
Yeah, we were quite big meat eaters, I must admit, and then it was gradually filtering out certain products, and then mostly vegetarian.
So to go completely vegan, what is the sort of the thinking behind not having milk then, for example? Because milk is produced naturally, isn't it?
Well, it is, but we are the only species that actually drinks the milk from another animal. And for vegans, it's the cruelty that's involved within the milk industry. The fact that the calves, male calves, are a byproduct and they go off to slaughter, and we don't believe in exploitation of animals.
And is it the same with regards to things like chickens? Because chickens lay eggs, they lay egg naturally, don't they?
They do indeed, but in mass-produced egg making, the male chickens are, again, a byproduct. So there's death involved in that.
And you've found that your diet, you're having enough of what you need? Because this is what people ask me all the time. They say, well, will you be getting enough vitamins? Will you be getting enough of this, that and the other if you cut meat and other products out of your diet? Because you're not eating dairy products either, are you?
That's true, but I mean, soya milk, it has protein in it. Lots of them have got added vitamins. Cereals have got added vitamins. So, if you're eating a balanced diet, you're getting everything you need.
Well, you brought in some very tasty-looking food into the studio, which hopefully I will get to sample after some travel news. Also definitely going ahead tomorrow, it's the Caring Christmas campaign for the East Midlands. Their special event taking place tomorrow is Cross Street Community Centre, Baghome Road off Monks Road in Lincoln. Telling us all about that is Linda Wardale, who's with me in the studio. Linda and the rest of the family are vegans. You're very much involved with the Vegan Society and the Vegetarian Society as well, aren't you?
That's right, yeah.
What have you brought me in the studio?
Right, well, we have vegan or vegetarian pigs in blankets.
Okay.
And they're vegetarian.
Do you think you ought to call them something different other than pigs in blankets, though?
Well, it's sort of that familiar thing. I'm happy to go with that. Yeah.
All right, just explain what your pig in blanket is for me then. It looks like a sausage.
It's a vegetarian sausage.
Is it made of what?
Well, it's Linda McCartney's, if I'm allowed to say that.
Is it? Right, okay, right.
Linda McCartney's sausages, wrapped in sun-dried tomatoes.
The sausage tastes sausagey. But then do you want it to taste sausagey if you're a vegetarian or vegan?
I suppose because I have been a meat eater, I like some things to be familiar, if you like.
The texture is excellent. I have to say, I could eat this. I know it sounds a bit of a shock. I mean, well, food. Everybody was saying around the building, it's food. Of course you'll eat it. Let me eat the whole thing. So what was on the outside of dried tomato?
That was sun-dried tomatoes in olive oil.
That is gorgeous. 10 out of 10 for that one.
Thank you. You can thank Helen Rossiter from Viva for that one. When she came to Lincoln for the Lincoln Veggie Fair, she actually made those. So I'm going to be doing those for Christmas.
Oh, I like that. So you'll have those on Christmas Day, will you?
I'll be having those on Christmas Day.
What else will be on your plate on Christmas Day?
Well, I will be making chestnut pâté en croûte.
Oh.
Which is a bit like, I suppose, beef Wellington, but with sort of chestnuts and mushrooms and nuts all mixed up into a pâté, wrapped in
is it like a phyllo pastry? Puff pastry. Oh, yeah. Lovely. And you'll have that with lots of vegetables, I assume.
Roast potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and carrots, and, like you'd normally have.
Might you have a starter?
I may do soup, something like that. Carrot and ginger soup is usually favourite, or a Mediterranean tomato soup. That's another.
What about Christmas pudding? Is everything okay in a Christmas pudding normally?
Well, you have to check the ingredients.
Right.
Lincolnshire Co-op do a Christmas pudding that's actually suitable for vegans, and it says on it, many companies now, or businesses are starting to put suitable for vegans as well as vegetarians. So it's just a case of looking at the labels.
You're not going to go hungry, are you?
No, and I've converted my 30-year-old Christmas cake recipe to a vegan one, and it tastes, I think, better than the original one. It's lighter. What
did you have to change? What have you changed from your original recipe?
Well, I use vegan margarine, and instead of using eggs, I use soya flour.
Right.
But you can use bananas. You beat up bananas with basically one banana to 2 eggs, and you mash it, whisk it up with 4 tablespoons of water, and you put that in, and it acts the same way as eggs.
I like the sound of that. What are these? Are these muffins?
These are muffins, my Christmas muffins.
When did you make these?
6 o'clock this morning.
Well done.
And I work nights as well. So.
Oh, my goodness. So, look, these have risen nicely. What have these got in them, then, as an alternative?
They've got bananas instead
of egg.
Yeah.
Because I have had banana cake before, and it's very nice. It's nice and moist, isn't it? So, vegan... And
it's got fruit and marshmallow, fruit and marzipan in there.
I'm not a big fruit eater, I will be honest, but I'll have a piece, just as I've had some. I'll tell you what, are they raisins?
Yeah.
They're very plump.
And there's some cherries in there.
You have very plump raisins.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Very nice. And I have to say, the muffiny bit of it is very light. Very, very light, very, very tasty. Just a quick mention then for your event tomorrow. What time and where? It's
at 11 o'clock till 4. Cross Street Community Centre off Baghome Road.
Excellent stuff, and you welcome everybody coming along, finding out more about it.
It's free entry. We've got some fantastic prizes on the tombola. There's going to be specialist teas and coffees, soup for sale, chilli. Basically, a fantastic day for all the family.
You name it, you've got it.
We've got it, yeah.
Will you have some of your muffins there as well?
I'll have some of my muffins,
yes. Well, that'll mean you'll have a big queue, I think. Nice to see you, Linda. Thanks for joining us on the show today.